Alright guys, I'm doing a video with me, Kevin Twist, and we're bringing back the Scottish Football This Week series. Sorry for the break in uploading in general, and also this series. Finally got time to do it again, so here we go. We're going to start with something that's happened not in the past week, but over the whole season, which is the Celtic demise. So let's go through some of the results. There was a draw at Kilmarnock, of course. You know, there was the two losses to Sparta Prague in Europe, which seen us go out the Europa League. But before that, we went out in the qualifiers, losing to Rangers at home. But yeah, we did have a few players out, so you can say there was like key players, like Edouard, for example, was out. Someone who's in the thumbnail. We're going to move on to that shortly. The draw at Pittodrie, the draws with Hibs, going at the Cup to Ross County, etc. You know, and the Dubai situation especially. Horrid season all round. Because I'm not even going to count the quadruple trebles technically this season. Technically you can, because it happened this year, but you know, well. So we're going to move on to Rangers in Europe. You know, they managed to get through the group. It was quite an easy group, so I did expect them. I'm pretty sure I did say that in the last video. But I also said Celtic would finish second in their group, which I don't think anyone could have predicted what happened this season for Celtic. Rangers, you know, they got past Antwerp quite easily. There was times we maybe could think in the first leg, at least until late on. Before Barisic got, I think he scored 2 penalties, and that's how they won the first game. Although I didn't watch the ties, of course, because that's not my team, but I have to talk about them, of course, for this video. They got through, they got the team that bet Leicester, so Brendan Rodgers continues his theme of never winning a Europa League knockout stage. So yeah, that was, it's going to be interesting. You know, the team will obviously have confidence in Sparta Prague. You know, they'll obviously see the opportunity to beat Rangers after beating Leicester, but you know, Rangers coming in with a lot of confidence. I think that could be an entertaining game that might go under the radar due to Milan versus Man United. But let's move on now to the paper talk of today, which said that yesterday Eddie Howe has had contact from Celtic. Personally, I think it would be a decent appointment, but I don't know if he's the appointment for me. I prefer if we go out and get the Rennes manager that just left, or the current Salzburg manager, or Rangnick. He was at Leipzig. I feel like they're like my like the three favourites that I think are realistic. Eddie Howe, yeah, he could probably be decent. Like he likes to play quite attacking football. But I think defensively, the keeper's still quite open, and that's my one issue, that he's very all going forward, and I feel like at times that's not how you beat a lot of teams. You need to be able to control the game, and he's never been that kind of manager who can have a team that can take a game by the scruff of the neck or that. It's all attack and hope kind of thing, so I'm a bit unsure on him. But yeah, another piece of paper talk, which is the current title of this video and thumbnail: Edouard to Arsenal Football Club. They look to be swooping in for another £20 million player from Celtic. Could Edouard be joining up with Kieran Tierney in North London? It could be interesting. I mean, I think all Celtic fans can admit he will be gone this summer. It's just a guarantee. You know, currently he's already over 20 goals this season. He's in his worst season. People are saying, "Oh, he's slowing down already," etc. It's the Scottish League, etc. I mean, if Arsenal get him anything under 30 million, I think it's a bargain for them. Personally, I think anything under 30 million for Edouard, who's only 23. You know, he's doing great, and when he gets called up for the under 23s for France, absolutely exceptional player. And he's only going to get better from now. He's getting better and better, and in a team that's not doing so well, he's still doing absolutely amazing himself, and it's kind of going under the radar because of the amount of hatred towards Celtic in the media at the moment, due to like everyone being down. So yeah, I think he's going under the radar, and I think anything under 30 million, great business for Arsenal. For Celtic, it's still a profit. I think PSG might have a percentage though, if I'm not mistaken. I think I remember seeing something about that when he originally signed for the £9 million record fee for Celtic. Could be interesting. I think it's a good deal for both sides. I feel like Celtic could get more money from him though, if they were probably to give him a contract extension though. But during this time, we've also had Hibs just lose on the weekend, so you got to feel, is the third place battle still back on? Personally, I think Hibs won't bottle it, but it's never out of Hibs' thing to Hibs it. As usual, I think it goes around when you look at Scottish football Twitter. You usually see it going round and they muck something up. So that is a possibility. Oh, Livingston winning this game, I can see in the background. Well, the Scottish Cup it says here, but it's the Scottish League Cup it's meant to represent. So I'm just trying to fill it up in the moment in this video, which once we get back to normal, we'll start trying to do this weekly again. And we'll try and keep up to date on everything that's happened the past week. So we're trying now just to fill up everything. It's kinda happened since the last video. So yeah. So you know, we had the Hibs Aberdeen thing. It did seem for a while that Aberdeen had third place in the bag, but Hibs have done well. They've dropped a couple of points though, whilst Aberdeen's also, but they're looking. They've not kept that gap so big that it's not a possibility of Aberdeen going back into that European spot. So let's move on to another interesting part of the league, the relegation battle. The relegation battle is always quite interesting. You always have Hamilton, no matter what. They're currently bottom of the league, and I don't know who they're currently facing, to be honest. I'm going to look at the match day of who they face. And they're facing, as we speak, they're right now against St Johnstone. And I'll probably be wrong by the time this video comes out. I think this video might be coming out halfway through. But they have Aberdeen on the weekend. I feel like that could be an interesting game because Hamilton just every time they hit bottom, they always get something. And you know you've also got Ross County in this relegation battle. You could technically say Motherwell, I think, because I feel like St Johnstone's safe, even though they're kind of close to Motherwell. I feel like Motherwell could be safe, but I feel like they're like a bad run away from anything, you know, going into this relegation battle. But I feel like Kilmarnock will finish bottom as it stands, or the way it's going. It's an interesting battle. The thing is, you say Kilmarnock should stay up because they've brought Tommy Wright in, you know, a proven manager. They've still got players like Alan Power, you know, Malumbu's still back again, you know, he was an exceptional player. You know, Kambamba, he was great at the beginning of the season. They brought in Kyle Lafferty, someone who was a proven goal scorer before for the likes of Rangers and Hearts. And then you've got Ross County, and I feel like the only reason they're probably not going down is the fact they have John Hughes as the manager, because they did get rid of the striker Stewart to Sunderland, so it's an interesting situation down there. And I think it's always quite entertaining the way it is down there, to be honest, with Hamilton somehow every time. You can put your money on it every time. They find a way just not to get relegated. I couldn't tell you why. So now, as I kind of mentioned a couple of minutes ago, or the other minute, about the Scottish League Cup final, we had maybe a team you wouldn't be able to predict would win at the beginning of the season, St Johnstone, who have become the second most successful team in the past decade in Scottish football, with those 2 titles in the last 29. We'll say 30 soon when Rangers eventually do be crowned champions. I think they only need another 7 points. But in the last 29, you have Celtic, who's won like 20 of the titles, and then it's like 2 to St Johnstone, and every other team's like only 1. So it's quite interesting. I found it quite funny that, you know, usually you'd think it'd be Rangers, but of course they're in the situation in 2012, of course, which has hindered them in that. But you know, we had St Johnstone versus Livingston. I watched the final. It was I thought it'd be a lot more of a cagier game than what it was. The first half it was quite cagey, but I'm pretty sure if it's a set piece, you could easily bet your house on St Johnstone to like score from it. The way that their players, they at least have like, let's say 6 players at a time ready just to attack that ball when it's there in the set piece. And you had Sean Rooney. It was a great header, but you've got to think, even though it was a great header, it's a bit weird still that players don't go on posts anymore. It's just something I've noticed. Like I think personally, it's like the basic defending for a set piece, like for a corner. Someone back post, someone front post, and then everyone else just pick up a man or zonal mark, whatever. But at least 2 people on a post is the way I'd see it, and that's kind of how they get the goal. And then there's nothing really else. There's like the odd chance. I felt Livingston got a bit more into the game when they brought Alan Forrest on, but still nothing like major. I think they only had 1 shot on target, Livingston. So it was a rightfully deserved win by St Johnstone. Of course, they won the cup. So now we're going to move on to the return of League 1 and League 2, as well as the Scottish Cup. So the Scottish Cup will return shortly, so that is going to be great. So hopefully, from my side of things, Celtic will win it. But I wouldn't complain if we get another like weird final, like this final here of Livingston versus St Johnstone. I feel like it would be very interesting because we've still got the COVID thing, and of course players are going out all the time, people are coming back. I think this Scottish Cup, just like the League Cup, will be as unexpected, like the winner. And that's what I kind of think, but I kind of hope the Celtic still do win it, and I feel like we do have the quality to at least get that out of a season. Livingston fans must really wish this was the actual final. Because it didn't end like that at all. So League 1 and League 2 have came back. I seen Falkirk had a wee funny tweet out of like, I can't mind who it was, but it was like, oh, we're back at it again meme. Thought that was quite funny. You know, you got League 1 and League 2 coming back, so that'll be great. I don't exactly know what those leagues currently look like, to be honest, as they've been gone for so long. I'm going to imagine Falkirk's top of League 1 in Scotland, but I wouldn't put my word on it at the moment. So let's bring up the League 1 table. Falkirk are top, only 11 games played, so a lot of games to catch up on. I don't know if they'll shorten the season even more or not. But I'm unsure, but at least they're coming back. I felt like they should have stayed anyway, because I feel like the top 4 leagues are still professional, so I feel like they should stay. Yeah, a lot of them are half-time, you know, a lot of them are not full-time footballers, but I feel like all 4 leagues should have stayed, at least. So I can see here that Clyde and Forfar are in this relegation battle, Dumbarton and Peterhead up the Cyferry. Partick is just outside the promotion playoffs. I think this could be an interesting end to League 1 and League 2, because if I look at League 2, we'll talk about the top 5. Edinburgh City just behind Southern Albion, you know, tied with Stranraer. You've got Elgin, you've got Queen's Park around the league right now. It's going to be an interesting end to the season for them. I don't know how they're shortening the season, or if they're going to go for the full season still. So I feel that could be quite interesting. Scottish Cup can always be unpredictable because it's a one-off game. So yeah, I hope I've got everything I need to say in this one video to try and catch up and also get all my thoughts off. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.